Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and time to do a speed test comparison between the Vivo X70 Pro versus the Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G, and both phones is powered by new MediaTek the Dimensity 1200 processor with the 12 GB of RAM on both phones. On the back we have quad cameras on both phones. On the Vivo we have 50 megapixel main camera f1.8 aperture, while on the Reno 6 Pro 5G we have 64 megapixel main camera f1.7 aperture. Also we have 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while on the Vivo X70 Pro we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Also we have 12 megapixel telephoto lens which gave you a 2x optical zoom. Lastly we have a 8 megapixel which is a telephoto lens which gave you a 5x optical zoom with OIS. Also the back is made up of glass on both phones, and the frame on both phones is made up of aluminium. On the bottom we does not have any headphone jack on both these two devices, although we have a single speaker on both phones. No dual speakers on both these two devices, and that's a really disappointing, I know. So in this video I'm gonna show you how much difference between the Vivo X70 Pro versus the Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. And guys, now let's start off with the boot up test. Here we go. Logo came up first on the Vivo as compared to the Reno 6 Pro 5G. Also we have Android 12 on both phones. On the Vivo we have Fun Touch OS version 12, while on the Reno 6 Pro 5G we also have a Color OS version 12, and you can see. And the Vivo X70 Pro more faster when it comes to booting up, while the Reno 6 Pro 5G is taking a lot of time, and you can see. And now the Reno 6 Pro also done about 4 or 5 second difference there between these two devices when it comes to booting up. Now let's talk about the displays between these two devices, and you can see both phones has a 6.5-inch display, and the difference is that we have Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate versus a Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate. Again we have higher refresh rate display on the Vivo X70 Pro. Now let's see apps opening speed. Everything's closed up in the background, and you can see, and both phones also has a curved display, and the curved is more aggressive on the Vivo X70 Pro. Also we have punch hole which is on the left hand side on the Reno 6 Pro 5G as compared to on the center. Also on the bottom chain it is more smaller on the Vivo. Now let's opening up the phone dialer without any wasting time. Little more faster on the Vivo X70 Pro. Next on the list AC settings. That is very similar. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate versus a 90Hz on the Reno 6 Pro 5G. Now let's check out some more application. Now let's opening up the Amazon shopping. Again we have same processor, and the Reno 6 Pro 5G little more faster there. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels really smooth on both phones if I see very closely, and the Vivo it is little more smoother as compared to the Reno 6 Pro. Now let's open this, and this time the Vivo it is little more faster there. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's opening up the Candy Crush Saga, and both phones is performing exactly the same. Again we have single speaker on both phones, which is really bad on both phones. Now let's open Instagram, little more faster on the Vivo if I'm not wrong. Now let's opening up the pinout, little more faster on the Vivo X70 Pro. Also the animation it is little bit more slower on the Reno 6 Pro 5G with the Android 12 update before, and the animation it is really fast on the Oppo. Now the animation it is little more slower. Now let's opening up the Snapchat, very similar. Now let's opening up the Spotify, little more faster on the Vivo. Now let's opening up the Subway Surfer, and the Subway Surfer is more faster on the X70 Pro, and you can see about 1 or 2 second difference there. Now let's opening up the Temper N2, and Temper N2 is faster on the Reno 6 Pro 5G, while the Vivo is taking a lot of time, I don't know why. And the Reno 6 Pro is done, and the Vivo X70 Pro now it is also done, about 1 or 2 second difference there. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, very heavy game. Again we have same processor on both phones with same GPU, and the Vivo X70 Pro it is way faster as compared to the Reno 6 Pro 5G. And you can see also we have smooth graphics with extreme frame rate on both phones, no 90 fps. Now let's opening up the Twitter on both phones. Vivo is more faster as compared to the Oppo. Now let's open Zedge. That is little more faster on the Oppo this time. Let's see the scrolling, and that is face, I would say, more smoother on the Oppo because I see little bit lag on the Vivo. I don't know why. It seems like a 60 Hz or a 90 Hz. Last time launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Now let's see which one is more faster. And the Vivo X70 Pro little more faster there. Now let's look at the front camera. So here's the front camera looks like on both phones. Looks like the Vivo X70 Pro is little more better, but not a huge difference. Let me show you the sample, and you can see, and the Vivo, it is little more sharper if I'm not wrong. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing default Google Chrome on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. Now let's opening up the Wikipedia. That is very similar. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels more smoother on the Vivo. I can see the difference. Yes, and difference, it is really small between these devices. So now let's open this mathematics, very similar as well. Next on the list is the apple.com, faster on the Vivo X70 Pro as compared to the Reno 6 Pro 5G. Now let's see the scrolling, little bit lag on the Vivo as well as on the Oppo, and you can see little bit lag. Guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones, and both phones has a 12 GB of RAM. Now let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Now let's opening up the phone dialer, no refresh. Now let's open Amazon shopping, no refresh. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga, Instagram, let's see pin out. Let's see Snapchat, let's see Spotify. Now let's open Subway Surfer, no refresh. Now let's opening up the Temper 2. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, and that got refresh on the Vivo. Now let's opening up the Twitter, Zedge. Now let's open the camera, no refresh. Last we're back to the internet browser, and you can see. And guys, what I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Vivo X70 Pro is performing more faster as compared to the Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G. In the game app loading time, I would say that in system-based application and both phones is performing very similar. In terms of the RAM wise, and the Oppo Reno 6 Pro is performing incredible in the RAM management, while on the Vivo we only have one refresh. Also we have 4500 mAh battery size on the Reno 6 Pro 5G with a 65 watt super fast charging, while on the Vivo X70 Pro we have 4450 mAh battery size with a 44 watt fast charging. And that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Vivo X70 Pro versus the Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.